We decided to kill the other people that had the panel at this time.
Hence, Gareth, not anymore. Now I'm Paul Schriar. Wait a minute. Those of you who were at the Bulk and Skull panel yesterday saw its bulk. You may have just noticed the way Paulie and I kind of did this sort of look over at the side. No practice required at this point anymore, whatsoever.
Did he bring that up during that panel? Yeah. You know, Narvy is an educator these days, working on his doctorate at UCSB. Please don't go and find him. You'll never be able to track him down up there. But I had the pleasure of sitting in on one of his acting classes, and he used that very same thing as a what do you call that? Like a prop. He used that as a. No, that's my wallet actually. My name's Deborah Goldblatt. Or Deborah. So yeah, I've heard him use that before. But the moral of the story is, it's a good bit, and it's a useful illustration of the timing that we worked out together that you guys see all the time in the show. You know, all the stuff that they put sound effects on. You know, that's all stuff that we work out, you know, before they actually roll the cameras during rehearsals. I mean, we're working out the comedy timing of every bit, really like a dance, like a ballet. I mean, you have to block it out like that, because how else could we go, you know, at the same time without really working it out. So there's a lot of cues that we learned back and forth. Like, what was your least favorite cue that we used to give each other?
My least favorite was usually when you just went, cue! Because that meant I had 1 second before something bad was going to happen. Cue!
All right, there were a lot of kinds of cues that we used. One of them was a breath cue, where we would come up with a specified number of beats in between, kind of an audible gasp. So I would go, and then beat, and then we would fall or get hit by cement or whatever. There was also tap cues, where we would, off camera, we would like tap each other to let each other know when we were doing certain stuff. Like if we had to like react really strongly, like to off camera, we'd be, you know, tap, and then we go. So, you know, over the years you work together, and you kind of develop a repertoire of physical comedy gags. And I mean, face it, the fat guy and the skinny guy is not a new thing, right? Yeah, exactly. So there's a really strong legacy of physical humor that we're very, very proud to have been the benefactors of on our side.
You know, my favorite one was, though, because as Paulie's kind of hit, yeah, we kind of came up with an entire vernacular of the way we did it. Okay, we'll get you over here. Show of hands, who knows how to woogity? I didn't think so. That meant you go over that way in a wacky manner. But one of my favorites was the giant banana. You know the giant banana, Paul? It's when a giant banana seems to be descending from somewhere way the hell down there, and you have a moment of, what the heck is that? And then when you realize, there's a giant freaking banana, it's coming right at us.
Usually the giant banana is above the camera. So we never got the opportunity to actually get a real giant banana, because it was a low budget show. Now if it was a big studio, they would have actually gotten us a real giant banana. Because those exist.
There was also one of us was going to laugh. This is Paulie's doing, actually. He'd say, think of old nuns and dead puppies. I dare you to laugh at that. But then we did. And so then we had to think of dead nuns and old puppies.
Thanks for the memories. Good in the bad way. So, you know, I mean, obviously, not cracking up, you know, is a major problem when you're acting for the camera. You know, your primary problem when you're performing is fear. I mean, once you conquer your fear as a performer, then you've got it made, except for that whole busting up while you're acting thing. Because, you know, fear is the mind killer, right? Fear, like, grabs your heart and, like, squeezes it, and you can't do anything. But once you get past that major obstacle, not losing your lunch while you're working is the biggest problem, especially working with a guy with a face like this, because look at that.
Did I tell you about the face? Did I tell you about that?
Look at that thing.
I was telling
Man.
I apologize for any of you who have heard this one before. was telling about the time one day I look in the corner of my eye, getting ready to go, and I see this in the corner of my eye. Damn, you're ugly. And you're so funny looking. You're just gonna get uglier and funnier. And that Jewish nose of you. What? Gotta go.
Oh yeah, so there was a good bit of buffoonery in our lives because ultimately cracking each other up is the funnest thing for us working as actors together. I mean, besides doing great work, which we always did on the first or second take, the third and fourth take for us was always like stupidity, you know? And we often got in trouble on set because we would change everything. And we wouldn't go where we were supposed to go, we wouldn't say what we were supposed to say, we would curse, we would pull strange props out of our pockets and like just react and like throw them. I mean, has anyone ever seen the super top secret gag reel? Like, no, the studio gag reel? Yeah, there's a really, what, because it's kind of blue. Yeah, yeah. Huh? No, take like 10 years worth of bloopers and put it on one reel. It's kind of like that old voice recording audio gag reel that is floating around town. You know, the one that has Orson Welles and Will Shatner. Anybody ever heard that? Yeah, that's pretty funny. You guys got to get that. If you couldn't tell me how to emphasize the word in the phrase "in July," I'm not going to finish this joke.
Questions?
Yeah, who's got questions?